Hello, Adaawx. Daxgyadim Amim Timlaanit. This is an Adaawx that I heard long ago. One day there was a village, and in that village, the people had to go out and gather food every day. But they noticed that when they came back, there were less and less people. The people all gathered in the longhouse trying to figure out what was going on. And what they had talked about was this giant monster, 8 feet tall, covered in hair, big eyes, large snout, sharp teeth. It was grabbing people and eating them alive. What are we going to do? We're going to starve to death. Everybody was afraid of this monster. Nobody wanted to go out. The chief had 3 sons. The first, the oldest, was the strongest man the village had ever seen. He had once taken on 5 men with his bare hands, and he beat them all. He said, "I'll take care of this monster." And the people all agreed. Now he grabbed cedar branches, he broke them down, and started whipping his back. He took a big drink of Devil's Club tea, and he set off into the forest, never to be seen again. By this time, the people were all afraid. What are we going to do? We're going to starve to death. We sent our strongest man. He didn't come back. What are we going to do? Well, the chief's second son was the best warrior the village had ever seen. His armor so strong it could stop bullets. His knife so sharp that he can chop down trees with one swift blow. He hurled his spear with such might that when it hit a tree, it didn't sit there and just stick into the tree, it shattered the tree. His shield so strong that one day a boulder was rolling down the hill at him, and he dropped down, put the shield down, and the boulder just bounced off. His helmet, so well made that any club that came in contact with it turned into toothpicks. He was the best warrior the village had ever seen. He once took on 10 men, and he beat them all. He said, "I'll take care of this monster." And the people all agreed. He put on his armor, put on his helmet and his face shield, put his dagger in its sheath, picked up his spear, picked up his shield, and went off into the forest, never to be seen again. By this time, the people were all frantic. What are we going to do? We're going to starve to death. We sent our best warrior, he never came back. We sent our strongest man, he didn't come back. What are we going to do? Well, chief's third and youngest son stepped up. He said, "I'll go." And the people said, Yeah, sit down, son. You're much too small. You can't do nothing." The boy stood up and he stomped his feet and said, "I'll go." And the people thought about it. They said, "Hey, that's not a bad idea. We'll send him off that way, and he'll distract the monster. When the monster's all distracted over there, going to eat him alive, we can go run over this way and get our roots and berries and everything that we need to survive. That's not a bad idea." Well, they all agreed upon this. Yeah, okay, let's go. They sent the boy off to the forest. As he was nearing the forest, he stopped just short of going into the forest. He knew that his older brother, his much stronger brother, went into the forest and he was never seen again. He knew that his other brother was the best warrior that he'd ever seen, with armor that stopped everything, and he was never seen again. So he sat there and thought about what he could do. He knew he wasn't strong, and he knew he wasn't the best warrior. His armor barely fit him. It was much too heavy. So he sat on the outside. Then he came up with an idea. He started digging a huge hole into the ground. Once he dug that big hole, he took some of the branches and trees and everything else, and he started breaking them down, and he put them over the hole, and then he covered that with some dirt. He then yelled, Now what he had seen was this giant monster. It came out of the woods, stomping towards the boy. This monster was 8 feet tall, covered in hair, big eyes, large snout, and sharp teeth. It was coming to eat the boy alive. Before he could reach the boy, he fell into the big hole. Ha! I got you, monster! He grabbed a huge bag, started wrapping it around the monster, and he tied it up real tight. He started dragging the monster back to the village. The people had seen that the boy was coming back with a large bag dragging behind him. He got the monster. Yeah, he got the monster. Yay, he got the monster! And they built a big, huge bonfire in the middle of town. They were all excited, and they said, Yay, he got the monster! And people were singing and dancing and excited. And during that time, somebody had gotten curious as to what was in the bag. They went over, untied the bag, opened the bag, and what they seen had scared them so much that they ran away screaming. Ah! Now, 3 things happened. First, the monster was no longer just 8 feet tall. It was now 50 feet tall, covered in hair, big eyes, long snout, sharp teeth. Secondly, it was very, very angry. And thirdly, it was very, very hungry. It was grabbing people left and right and eating them alive. And somebody yelled, Chop them up! At that point, everybody grabbed everything they had, axes and knives and everything they possibly could. They started hacking away at this monster, chopped them up into little tiny pieces. People were all excited. Yay! We killed the monster! And everybody's all excited, and they're singing songs, and they're enjoying themselves until they noticed that the hand started to move. It started crawling towards people, trying to eat them alive. The head started to move. It started crawling towards people, trying to eat people alive. Every piece of this monster was trying to crawl towards somebody and eat them alive. Somebody yelled, Throw him in the fire! They grabbed every piece of that monster and they threw it in the fire. When they did that, it exploded. Little tiny piece of the monster all over the village. Everybody was all excited. They said, Yay, we killed the monster! And they started singing and dancing and enjoying themselves. Until they noticed that every piece of this monster had taken on the original form of that large monster, covered in hair, big eyes, long snout, sharp teeth, and its sole purpose in life is to eat people alive. And that's how we got mosquitoes. Oy, sin will, mukha sim back, oy.